story out of Kenya. They arrested some Belgian kids for stealing ants. Finally, something sneaking into Mexico. This parasite might take a look at Mexico and go, you know what, I could do better. Who gave money so that they could watch the ants? Freddie Rubino here with the podcast. That's what I'm talking about. This is with my good friend Gino Bisconti, fellow comedian.
Hey.
We usually bring you an hour of comedy, but we are very disturbed of what happened with Charlie Kirk. He's an American icon. We're mad. We're very mad. I said this before. Comedy is roots are in freedom of speech.
Yeah.
That's what we thrive on. We could take any topic and make it funny or just say whatever we want, even if it's not funny.
I'll take it a step further, and you'll agree. It's also about healthy debate because there's no comic worth his salt that when they do a joke and people come up afterwards.
Right.
Come up afterwards if you have a problem with my jokes about race or religion. I'll explain why. You know what I mean?
Right.
I've said it countless times. Jews and the blacks are doing great. Have you seen the NBA? Have you met their agents? Stop acting like it's 1940.
Stop acting like you're the biggest victims in the world.
Exactly.
We're going to get
Go on.
more victim bullshit in a minute. We're angry, and yes, that's how comedy works. And like I said,
you never told me.
it doesn't. It's not. It's not that. It's freedom of speech, and even if it's not true. We could say whatever we want, and this we saw this coming because we saw the intolerance of just watching a comedian over the last few years.
Sure.
Like you would just go to a club and you would see guys get up there and say the most nasty things, and everyone would laugh or go, "Wow,
Right.
that guy's nasty."
Yeah.
But now, over the last few years, I'm going to say during Obama and Biden, you couldn't make a Michelle Obama joke.
If you ever look at this thing called the word cloud, and you'll know what it is when I say it's like they take like a period in time and they have all these words, and the bigger the word, the more it's been used.
Speaking of period, Michelle never had one because men can't menstruate.
Speaking of big, my point is,
Go
it
ahead.
was during Obama's administration that you heard these racial words really blowing up,
Right.
And white supremacy and Antifa came into play.
Right. And so that's when it really started. The guy who was elected, mostly by white people, to end the racism, amped it up to a level we haven't seen since the 60s.
Right.
So that's we're mad. We're so mad that somebody like Charlie Kirk was extinguished. And so we're going to vent on a few topics that I'm saying I hate about this whole thing. One of them is, first of all, social media. Social media put the most horrific event of our lifetime right on there for everyone to see. A 6-year-old could have watched Charlie Kirk get murdered.
A 3-year-old ran to Charlie's side after it happened because she was so scared, namely his daughter. That's how sick this event was.
That's sick. That is sick. I'm glad I didn't see that. But
Yeah,
as an adult, as an Italian man who has seen his share of violence, mostly in the home.
I was going to say from the inside.
Yes. As the perpetrator.
Yours was better from the home, I guess.
Yes, from the home. Learn comedy, will you?
It's a little late for that
It's not,
feedback.
yeah. And to see that, I'm changed forever. It has changed me. I've watched violence, even real violence on YouTube and Facebook of people getting shot on the street. This it pales in comparison to this because, you know, when you see someone shot on the street, oh, it's a gang guy, and a guy came by and he shot him. Okay, You're in a gang. There's no retirement plan in the Crips and Bloods. You're gonna get shot.
There's a retirement plan, all right.
Yeah, and with the mobsters. So when you see a guy who based his life on non-violent conversation,
Open debate.
getting shot for being non-violent,
Yeah.
it's disturbing. So
He's getting shot not for being nonviolent because people didn't have a response to him. And there's a time to realize right now, I've said this before, I'll say it again. This is a turning point, no pun intended, for each side, okay? I'm going to say on the right, we can go one of two ways. We could scream anger, we could scream hatred, we could scream let's get revenge.
I'm angry right now.
Oh, yeah. Or we could say, what would Charlie Kirk want us to do? Because he's
Right.
Christian and forgive.
Well,
But
I'm no Charlie Kirk.
No.
That's what made him so great.
You're no
what made
Captain
him so
Kirk.
great is we're not Charlie Kirk.
Exactly. But if you're on the left, let me say this to you right now, and you're not
I'll
watching.
kick some ass.
They're not watching right now, but the left needs to realize this is a wake-up call. You are the party of violence and hatred, okay?
Yes.
You really are. And the fact that people are like, well, Donald Trump, stop it. This violent rhetoric started so long ago with all these people saying it's time to get in their face, it's time to push back.
They're still bringing up grabbed them by the pussy, which were in my wedding vows, by the way.
Very nice. That's
Yes,
not bad.
I don't like to brag. But they're still bringing up that. I think the biggest threat to this movement was that he was simply telling the truth. Now, when you see
He was saying,
people...
prove me wrong.
Yeah,
You don't
prove
know
me
that.
wrong. And you know what? It was open to anyone to prove him wrong. And there were times where he went, you know what? I'll agree with you on that. I've seen it. They're out there, these videos. There's no reason to speculate on what he said and what he stood
There
for.
are countless videos coming out right now where people are like, well, he was a misogynist, he was a homophobe. He was none of those. He literally invited gay people into Turning Point USA.
Right.
He literally backed Dave Rubin, gay guy, this Thielen guy. All these gay people and people are like, no, he hated gays. No. And let me say something else. I've had it with gays, and the same thing.
Gays.
I've had it with gays like I'm afraid to get married. Ignorant people that are ignorant of the United States of America Constitution will say stupid things like that while men are being killed for trying to get you to understand that we live in the United States of America and it will never be illegal in states like New
Right.
York and New Jersey for
Right.
gays to get married. It's disgraceful as that. They didn't even lower the flag for Charlie Kirk in New York or in New Jersey.
Well,
'Cause
I've
they're
seen-
pieces of shit.
I've seen individuals do that, but as a state, they didn't do it.
No.
So, yes, he took in, much like Pelosi's husband, he took in gays.
He didn't take them in the
By the way-
location.
Somebody attacked me on Facebook and go, oh, you were making jokes about Pelosi's husband when he got hit by a hammer. He picked up a guy to blow,
Yeah.
and then the guy hit him with a hammer.
And the problem with that was it was
You're
right.
gonna say that's the same as what Charlie Kirk was doing?
That was in my wedding vows. Hit her with a hammer,
Yes,
but it was
and
sexual.
blowing.
But do you understand that happened right after he got pulled over for DWI, and for some reason the airbag on the passenger side of the car deployed, and there was no one there. It's almost like
Which it doesn't happen.
it doesn't happen
you
unless
have
you've
to
got
be sitting
someone
in the
there,
seat.
probably
Right.
a dude, because you're a
Right.
queer,
Right.
and there's
there's
nothing wrong with that. Nicely done.
Okay, so here's my problem with social media, with this whole thing. Social media does not allow certain things. If I'm sure you got punished on social media, I got punished for talking about the vaccinations and about things like that. We got thrown off for weeks, months. A lot of venues, a lot of social media platforms threw us off for just talking like that. Yet, they made believe that they could not take this video down. They made believe. Oh, we're trying. You're trying. There's 5-year-olds watching the guy get murdered. Yeah. So they're pieces of shit for doing that.
They want to divide us.
And I'll tell you another thing. You try and put a video of an abortion on YouTube.
Every time I put up my set, they take it down.
Well, that's an abortion. So if you put a video of an actual abortion, this is the most violent thing in America. You will, if you just did that just to educate, to tell a young girl, look, you're 15, you really don't know. This is what they're going to do to your son or daughter. They're not just taking out a clump of cells. They're going to crush its head. They will not put that up. And if you put it up, they will ban you from social media.
For showing their bodily autonomy, another fun word from the left.
Right, which is my porno name, bodily autonomy.
No, that's good.
Now, let me just
That's
tell you
good.
one
I like
thing,
that a lot.
Gino. Speaking of abortion.
By the way, my check engine light's the only thing that's still. I said that to my mechanic, and he laughed. I'm like, my buddy told me to say
I wrote
that.
you a joke. I said that
I can't use it. It's
the
too
check
funny.
engine light's the only thing that works on my car.
It works great. It works fantastic. Once that stops working, I'll never know what's wrong with the
You're
car.
done. Social media picks and chooses what will be on. If you put things that are actual facts, an actual fact of people murdering children in the womb, they'll take it off. And this is to educate. This is for someone's reproductive health, to learn that this is what's going on in your body. If you put out that this is the statistics now, if you get a booster shot, how your heart is going to be affected, they'll take it down.
By the way, another thing to talk about, and I'll make it in 10 seconds.
30 seconds.
All the things that were going on September 10th when this happened, okay? There was another school shooting in Colorado. There was a... It was
a transvestite did
Yes,
it.
there was some kind of drone strike by the Russians. There was also...
Transvestite.
Yep. And speaking of trans, Fauci came out that he was saying you have to destroy emails. So many things that they don't want us to see.
Suppressing of the truth is what they thrive on. We'll be back with more ranting. We are angry.
Who broke the television?
Can we laugh at that? Sounds a little mean.
As of this week, public gay sex will now be mandatory.
Am I the only one who could see his lips move?
Cheekbones, baby.
Sorry, maybe I overreacted.
Corporate transfer. Fine professional, moving and storage, and inventory management.
Hey, fellow patriots, it's Cindy Gross here, host of Right for America from your favorite place, the America First Warehouse. You've seen me show on my show so many products from this country's #1 most patriotic manufacturer with close to 400 products. You need to exchange the products you use in your house to this company and make your dollars count in our country.
Freddie Rubino here at the America First Warehouse. I'm inviting you to the live taping of the Not So Newlywed Show. Just click on the QR code right above my shoulder and you can get tickets. Live taping of the Not So Newlywed Show. Drinks, snacks, it's a great time. We'll see you there October 18th.
It's me, Joe the Box, the America First Warehouse, most patriotic venue in all the land.
The America First Warehouse, a beacon for all to see, a symbol of unity. For the patriots of America, we stand tall and free. In the America First Warehouse, where our hearts will always be.
I'm Freddie Rubino, and we're back with That's What I'm Talking About podcast from the America First.
Sorry, I was on my
Warehouse.
phone. I'm trying to live tweet out the link so
You're
people can
trying
watch
to.
us on YouTube, because
Yes.
YouTube is a kind of a pretty good platform, and I really
You've
would.
been thrown over
I'd really
many
love.
times.
I can't be on YouTube, but these guys can, and hopefully we can get over 352 subs here.
Now, you brought up a point you were saying about the gays complaining. I can't get married. I can't do this. I can't do that.
get their phone number.
I can't get their phone number. So
Thank you for getting that, sir.
let me just say one thing about the homosexual community.
All right.
And I say this by staring into your eyes.
Where's the party?
For the past 50 or 60 years, the gay community, first of all, let me just say this before I say this. The trans community, all you see now is like, oh, they're just fighting back. They're just fighting back because they've been so horrifically treated. They haven't been horrifically treated.
No.
The trans community.
No,
the red carpet's been laid out to them.
Yep. And that's the problem. That's the problem. They because they want. I'll say it again.
They're victims.
They are. They want to They want to lower the population, and if you can get a 2-for-1 and get taxpayers to pay for gender-affirming surgery and make sure you sterilize that person and then put them on meds, because every single trans person has some form of autism. Everything goes back to the pharmaceutical company. Everything goes back.
Yeah, and that's what JFK Jr. says that the hormones that they take and the drugs that transition them make them violent. 40 or 50% become psychotically violent.
Sure.
And then they're pushing it on kids. But let me just say one thing about the gay community. Since I'm a child, I've been watching things about the gays and the gay community, since I'm a child, up to about 15 years ago when they really become mainstream. The gay community were harassed, they were attacked, they were excluded, they were ostracized from everything. And they never lashed out with mass shooting after mass shooting after school shooting after school shooting.
Yep.
But yet the trans community has. Now, the trans community has not suffered like the gay community has.
They have not at all.
So
I'm sorry they haven't. I'm sorry they haven't.
my hat's off.
I'm not sorry that they haven't. I'm sorry, they have not. Go.
My hat's off to the gay community. They should be speaking out. And when I say hat, I mean a beautiful hat.
Oh, a chapeau.
I don't know.
But
about
you
a
do
chapeau.
get, and everyone's saying this, LG and B needs to get the hell away from the T and the Q and
Yes.
the plus, because they're pulling you into their bullshit.
It's a whole big bullshit story that they are just lashing out after being abused when they haven't been abused. They've been the red carpet. They created DEI. They created the destruction of women's rights just to give the trans community whatever they wanted, no matter how it extinguished other
You have to
people's rights.
normalize it so they can keep doing the surgeries. They can keep prescribing the drugs. They can keep reducing the
Right.
population. I'm sorry. It's that simple. No one has common sense anymore. And let me tell you something. Me and Fred were having a conversation last week on the way home. And I will say this. Like, me and Fred are really good comedians. I'm just using this for
Well.
the illustration. And we do silly things because we're intelligent. And if you need to know what a stupid fucking, I say that so you listen to me, comedian is, look at some of the people on social media now, the things that they're saying, where comedians right now will say horrific things and they'll be like, what? Because they listen to people rather than think for
'Cause they're
themselves.
stupid.
And I'll tie it one more way. And thank God for intelligent people like me and Fred saying stupid jokes, because people that try to cancel comedians don't realize, I say this in my act though, comedy is art. And you can write terrible books, books about the Holocaust, which are terrible, and people need to remember them, that's fine. And you can make paintings about tragedies and people will remember them, that's fine. But in both situations, you are releasing cortisol and upsetting people. But when comics do it the best way you can, laugh in its face, make light of it so you remember
Right.
it, but actually take away its power. That's the greatest thing ever. But stupid fucking, I'll say it all I want.
Go
Don't
ahead.
even get me started on friggin'
Right.
a certain race of people. Stupid comedians right now will cotton to all this bullshit and take the side of the left and just say ridiculous things about Charlie Kirk. And anyone Let me point something out. I've been canceled enough for the things I said way back by the woke left, and now the woke left is so spoiled, so fucking broken, that they are literally saying the most ridiculous things.
They're clinging to anything.
And then crying like bitches when
Right.
they get fired.
Right.
Okay? And you gotta go. Because
Well,
no one has ever celebrated the death of someone on the left. No one on the right ever has. I'm sorry. They haven't. Stop it, Fred.
Never celebrated that. In fact, most of us are Christian, and we say, hey, I don't wish death on anyone.
But when they die, I pray there's a hell. Sorry.
Yes, well, that's true, too. Now, listen, you go on social media now, and all of these people, a lot of them are comics because they're liberal pieces of shit.
Steve Hofstetter is the dumbest, most ignorant piece of garbage comimic ever.
I went back and forth with him already.
He's so painfully unfunny.
Right. Now, these are the people that are openly saying that Charlie Kirk should have been silenced. These are people who make their money not being silenced are saying, yeah, but he has to be silenced. These are the people screaming in the streets that pornography should be shown to children. How are you not showing pornography to children?
Yeah.
There's book that teaches a kid how to blow somebody should be. I'll show it to you.
I get that to my wife.
Should be in the schools. They were rallying. Please, we need pornography. But oh no, Charlie Kirk saying, "I'll debate you," or "I'll say the truth about something." No, that's got to be stopped, okay? That's what we are up against. We are up against people who are so ignorant and so stupid, but mostly they're evil. Because you know why? They want to believe this. They want to believe that Charlie Kirk was evil. They can't face themselves in the mirror and say, no, it's okay to cut a kid's dick off because at 8 he thinks he's a girl.
Yeah.
Because his mother told him he was
He picked
a girl.
up a doll once. Oh, he must
cut his dick off.
They all want attention. By the way, shout out to Nate Bargatze at the Emmys. Great job. He did. I don't know if you saw.
He cut his dick off.
No, but he cut their dicks off because he did this brilliant thing where it was a running gag through the show. It's like, if your speech goes over 45 seconds, he's like, I'm donating $100,000 to the Boys and Girls Club of America. And if your speech goes over 45 seconds, every second you lose $1,000, and they'd have a tote board. But if it's under 45, every second it's under we add. But these people, these Hollywood elites, they couldn't do it. They couldn't not talk about themselves.
Right.
They needed more than
They're
45
attention
seconds.
whores.
And then like all the Time magazine had the gall to say what a stupid gag it was. It wasn't a gag. It was a funny comedian working with people, making the flow through of their stupid, self-aggrandizing horseshit show believable and worth watching. And they're like, nah, we didn't like it. Suck my...
Now, it was okay to have a picture of Trump's head severed. That was okay.
Fine.
And when they canceled her for it, canceling means people just says, I'm not going to your show anymore. It's too violent.
Right.
Listen, it's not even the content of the severed head. Because I go to see comics sometimes, and they are against everything I believe in. But they're not violent.
No.
They're just making jokes. So I'll go to see them and sit there and laugh and shake my head and whatever it is. But these people got canceled just because people did not want to be part of the violence. That's what they are about. They are a violent group that always resorts. All you got to do is look at Charlie Kirk's videos, and countless times some blue-haired lesbian guy, girl, I don't know what they are, go to smack his head.
Yeah, knock his hat off.
Or turn his table, because that's what they have. When you turn your back on the truth, all you have is violence. And they're still advocating the violence. Today, on Facebook and social media, they're all saying that the violence against Charlie Kirk was brought on by him, and he deserved it.
Some idiot, he's got a name like Destiny. He was on Piers Morgan, and he's like, why isn't Trump telling people not to be violent? Why doesn't anyone have to tell people on the...
I got to tell you not to be violent?
Thank you. Why does anyone have to tell me not to be violent? Why do you need to... And once people aren't able to use the words, and this is another thing that gets me about comedians. Comedians are paid like to use their words and not their fists. And when they speak in violence, that's just them saying, I lose. I lose because I can't do it, let alone when they do physically act out. The second you do that, you're not a comedian anymore. You're a frigging dangerous hack that needs to, like, go back to school. Not even go back to school and get indoctrinated. Just take a deep breath. Just take a deep breath and use critical thinking because only 20% of Americans have it. Oh, and everyone on the left, yeah, you get that in college. The hell you do. You get a shit ton of student loan debt, and then you just become beholden to the system. Stop it.
And all of these people who are champions of the transgender community, again, they were not ostracized. The red carpet was rolled out to them. And I think that the gay community should come out, which they have come out already.
Again,
they should come out. And they should start condemning the trans movement. Because it's just like someone who is a Christian. Like the Christian community does that all the time. A Christian pastor will come out and say something horrific that is not part of Scripture. And the Christian community come out and say, that's not right.
Yeah.
That guy's a sellout.
Yeah.
He owns 18 Ferraris, 4 jets. He's a fraud. The gay community must come out and say, you were not ostracized and you were not abused. We were. We'll be back after this. That's what I'm talking about. Charlie Kirk will live forever.
Corrupt judges, broken families, families torn apart. This isn't justice. If you've been wronged by the system, join us. Don't stand alone. Hi, I'm Gary Jacobs, president of Americans for Legal Reform. We're the oldest legal reform group in the United States. The justice system in the United States should be transparent, fair, and open to everybody and accessible. Unfortunately, many times that's not the case. At Americans for Legal Reform, we are here to help. Join the movement. Visit AmericansForLegalReform.com and help reform the system before it fails you.
My name is Elena Ruseva, aka Megalangela. Please check my art at www.megalangela.vip.
The America First Warehouse Ultra MAGA Store for all your MAGA needs. We sell t-shirts, tumblers, flags, hats, sneakers, bumper stickers, and a whole lot more. The most patriotic America First retail store. The America First Warehouse Ultra MAGA Store.
The Queens Village Republican Club is America's oldest Republican club, founded in 1875. Situated in President Trump's hometown in Queens, New York, we are America First MAGA Republicans, empowering fellow Republicans to get involved in the game of politics at the grassroots level. We host inspiring monthly club meetings on the first Thursday of each month at 8 p.m. For more information, please go to our website at www.qvgop.org.
It's Tuesday here at the America First Warehouse. I am Joe the Box.
And I'm John the Blanket.
Freddie Rubino here with my podcast. That's what I'm talking about. Coming to you live from the most patriotic venue in the land.
Welcome to Right for America.
I'm James Justice. We got Stephen Ruth over here. What are we doing, Steve? Fighting!
Welcome to Tune In Tuesday of the Patriots Podcast, live streaming every Tuesday night at 7:30.
Another edition of On the Right Side here, and you can catch us weekly, Wednesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern Time.
And welcome to Liberty's Cage, where we rip the veil off America's broken justice system. Prisons that crush spirits and a society that shuns people who have paid their price.
Well, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Kevin Downey Jr. podcast,
Be free, stay free.
Welcome to Suffocating in Suburbia with me, your host, Stevie GB.
Freddie Rubino here, back with That's What I'm Talking About. We're talking about Charlie Kirk and a lot of things that are surrounding his assassination, his murder in front of his family and his children.
By the way, shout out, you know who did this. It's so
Yes.
funny. I was looking at this last week. All of them. Who made this painting?
Michelangelo.
She
is.
She's amazing.
She's Angela and she's MAGA, so she calls herself MAGA Angela.
But there's a whole bunch in the big
Beautiful.
guy's office. So
It's
many.
beautiful.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
And so let's talk about another aspect of this. When I sent my children to college, I expected them never to return. No, but they have returned. When I went on the campus, we would go on a tour, and every campus was the same questions. Is my daughter safe on this campus? I went to University of Florida, go Gators, and I said, if she's on the campus and someone's following her, what happens?
Right.
Where are the security? Oh, we have stations here, so you could just go to the station and hit the button. They'll come right there. My son went to Rutgers. What happens if somebody comes onto campus? It's happened before. We have our own security. We have police. We have a lot of security. You have 3,000 kids at an event on your campus. The man who's talking obviously has some kind of a following and an anti-following. Okay? It's not just a following. It's the same thing happened with Ben Shapiro. The same thing happened with a lot of other people. Now, you know that there are people who openly hate this person. Forget about Charlie Kirk. Forget about him. Your kid is part of the 3,000. You let someone on the roof with a rifle, if he had a high-powered rifle with clips, 20 clips, he could have killed 1,000 children. There has to be accountability at these colleges. One drone. There's one drone. You have the drone, and you do it a half hour before.
There were drones seen afterwards, but it's another conspiracy theory.
Well, you have a drone over the rooftops. I don't know why Butler didn't have it. You have one guy, probably an Asian guy, because they're good with technology.
Very, very sharp.
And they have the drone, and they're continuously going. And if they see something, they say, there's someone on the roof. Shut the whole thing down until we find out.
And they saw him on the roof, by the way. There's videos of
it. On both, Butler and this.
That's exactly what I meant. Thank you.
It takes one Chinaman with a drone to protect 3,000 children. They have no accountability?
There was a Chinaman there, but he was disoriented.
He disoriented himself.
Disoriented. I couldn't think of it. Sorry.
Now, let me say, you have to have all kinds of security. But a drone for $50, a drone with a camera and somebody operating it continuously ends all of these tragedies.
Unless you want something to happen, Fred.
Unless you want...
Unless you want something to happen. If you want something to happen.
Let me.
You know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about,
Okay.
but let me explain something to you about any gathering of children on a campus. There must be security.
Bring a clown suit. Oh, never mind. Go on.
Jews on the campuses are being assaulted. Nothing, no security. I don't know how Jewish parents don't pull their kids out of every college that lets it happen. And then say, you want your tuition? Blow me. Like Pelosi's husband.
Mhm.
Blow me.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
He did.
And,
He did.
and so they have no culpability. Listen, any event, I don't care what it could be a disco event. It could be a rap event. You need a lot of security for a rap event.
A stomp event.
And so you have to have mega security. He had a few people around him. They had 2 security guards in the crowd. Are you crazy? These places, you should not be able to hold an event at a college unless you have the money to hire the police department, and they must flood it, and there wasn't even a metal detector.
Do you understand that this is what the left uses as a talking point? Well, that's why we have to get rid of guns. No, because I'll say it again. Who needs a gun more? Like, if it's a giant dude and a small girl, who needs a gun more? The guy to kill that girl or the girl to keep him from doing it? And the problem with this society is people have lost their way, and people don't raise their kids right, and people, like, rather than raise them, they put them on meds, and every school shooter, 100% have been on prescription drugs. That's a fact. And 100% of trans people have some form of autism, and all of these are linked back to pharmaceuticals, and all of these are linked back to Fauci, and all of these are linked back to the just giant mega amounts of money that are made in this, and no one wants to do anything. And they finally put out a study, another thing that came out, where they finally compared unvaccinated children with vaccinated children. And the people that did the study, ready for this, are like, it was the people in charge of vaccines saying, all right, we'll do the study, we'll prove we're right. Yeah. And of course they were wrong. There was a 4% higher asthma rate in children. Asthma. Just go asthma. And people don't want to do anything because they're so used to listening to the lies of the left. I had my stupid cousin Franklin. I want to say his last name because I'm just so fucking sick of him. His comeback is, well, how come
misinformation?
No one talked about when the 2 Democrats got shot because you're so stupid and don't do your homework. You're like, well, obviously Democrats were shot by Republicans. That's how it worked. No, they were shot by a psycho during the No More Kings rally, which you forgot because they only did it one weekend to make money. And that guy was a psycho liberal who shot 2 liberals for going against. She voted with the right.
Right.
And he killed her.
Right. That was an isolated incident.
People.
That wasn't a public figure that was wanted because she was so right-wing or left-wing and she was shot. That's not what happened.
She just finally went with her heart and voted against the left, voted with the right, and the guy's like, oh, she has to be killed because the left is the party of violence and hatred and racism. I'm sorry.
And listen, with technology, every corporation in this country, maybe not even corporation.
Even Fred Rubino LTD?
No, LLC, LTD. That's what I drive. Yeah, I got an LTD.
There you go, buddy.
You sound like it's a company in Harlem. It's Rufus and Rufus LTD.
You don't want company in Harlem. I live there.
Well, let me tell you something about technology. Corporations or anybody who hires people, they should have the technology, which we have, facial recognition technology, or they should have someone who goes on the internet.
Pelosi's husband had facial recognition technology, but that kid got
anal
away.
Recognition. Let me tell you, there should be somebody in your corporation that looks at all of your people who you hire, their social media. And when you're on social media and you see, oh my God, we're the school board of Princeton, New Jersey, and 3 lesbian militant teachers are preaching that Charlie Kirk deserved, that should be well known right away. You should be released right away. But corporations should have a whole list of people. It should be in a database. And I wanna hire you. Oh, where did you graduate? Oh, I graduated NYU. Okay. Oh, look, it says that you love Gaza and that you're pro-murder and you're oh, look, it says here that Charlie Kirk deserved to be murdered in front of his children. I don't want a piece of shit like you working in my company. That's what it should be. That's what the technology's for. I should have the right to know if someone I'm hiring is a psychotic, pro-trans or trans, insane, violent, pro-murder person. I should have the right. That's what I should do.
Yeah.
Why shouldn't I?
You should. Why
That's
you-
what technology.
what are you yelling at me for?
I should. You shouldn't. You should have. I shouldn't have. So this is why. This is what we need. We need more technology to work with us, not against us. Now the technology is, you say, psychotic trance. Boom. Oh, we have the technology that every word you type in goes through our algorithm, and boom, you're off for 30 days. That's what they're using it for.
Yeah.
The censorship, not for the power to know who I could hire. And now you see all these pieces of shit crying. They lost their job.
Yeah, isn't that great? It's the fact that they're stunned
They're
that they
stunned.
lost their job.
I didn't
that they
know
speak
pro-murder was...
I'll say this. This is another thing that was my last straw. That was the last straw for me. I got so canceled by the left when I was doing my act because they're afraid of words. And then I'm writing a...
By the way, it's an act.
Yeah.
It's an act on a stage with comedy and drinking.
Yes, with a point to it. And then I'm writing, I get fired for pushing back against the vaccine, writing for a sports sheet. And that's what you get fired for. Meanwhile, these people are stunned now that it comes full circle, and now the right is using the move of the left, saying you can't say this, but they're firing you for speaking and endorsing hatred, not trying to save lives, but for celebrating the loss of one. And that is why I have no fucking patience right now
Me
for
neither.
anyone that's so caught up. People that are like, don't say fuck. Shut the hell up. Learn to use words for good, and then you'll teach people how to, critically think. I've had it with people saying, well, you go to college, that's where you learn to critically think. You know where Charlie Kirk graduated from? He didn't. He thought for himself, and you get more reps in and you get better at it. The more you sit at a school paying all this money saying, I better listen because my parents paid all this money because you're a trust fund piece of shit. That's how you become these people, and then you're stunned.
We'll be back talking about more pieces of shit right after this.
The America First Ultra MAGA Store. For all your MAGA needs. We sell t-shirts, tumblers, flags, hats, sneakers, bumper stickers, and a whole lot more. The most patriotic America First retail store. The America First Ultra MAGA Store.
Good morning. It's me, Joe the Box, wearing my Border 911 hat signed by Tom Holman, Rodney Scott, and Sarah Carter. The country has had enough. The American Horror Story is over. Border 911. Tom Holman is coming through. My brother's son, my friends' children. We're done with it. 100,000 lost lives every single year. God bless you, Tom.
Are you a musician, comedian, actor, filmmaker, or artist who stands for traditional American values? Do you believe in the preservation of our nation, our culture, and our freedoms? If you share our passion for America and want to use your talents to make a difference, we want to hear from you. Our mission is clear. Through the arts, we uphold the principles of freedom, faith, family, and the American spirit. It's time to step up to the mic and make your voices heard. So contact us at AmericanConservativeArtists.com.
Freddie Rubino here at the America First Warehouse. I'm inviting you to the live taping of the Not So Newlywed Show. Just click on the QR code right above my shoulder and you can get tickets. Live taping of the Not So Newlywed Show. Drinks, snacks, it's a great time. We'll see you there October 18th.
The America First Warehouse, where our hearts will always be.
First Warehouse was really the most patriotic venue that you can ever imagine. We wanted to build something for people to be able to come to and feel so comfortable and so relaxed because there was nothing out there like it. We give an opportunity for people to really feel good about themselves and about this great country.
Freddie Rubino back with That's What I'm Talking About at the America First Warehouse, the land of the free and the land of free speech. And we are doing our Charlie Kirk tribute. So I want to talk about the truth. This is what Charlie Kirk was all about, the truth. The truth is that he preached nonviolence. That's the truth. And here's what enrages me the most, is that people will come all over my social media and just pepper me with, do you know what he said? He said this,
People
and this.
come all over my girlfriend's social media.
Well, I understand that, but that was an accident, I told you. Here's the problem. All you have to do is go on Google for 1 minute with whatever you have to say. Oh, he was against civil rights. I'm telling you, it's right there. And you know what I did? I said, wow, that's pretty messed up.
So let me Google
So
it.
I Googled it, and I went on, and he said, hey, the Civil Rights Act should be repealed because transvestites are using it to be in a girl's locker room saying they're a woman now and they're a minority and they have the right to expose their cock and balls to a child. And that's why he's saying it.
When you say it like that, it sounds like a child's
sounds good
book.
to you,
Hey,
don't you?
hey, it's time for story time
Billy
with
likes cock and
Mr.
balls.
Cock and Balls. Hey, Mr. Cock and Balls.
Wasn't he a Sesame Street character?
No, they had one with AIDS. How does a puppet get AIDS? Oh, from
I'll
a
show
priest.
you. I'll show you in the back.
Chapter 2, Mr. Cock and Balls.
Let me tell you something.
I'm writing a
This-
children's book.
Mr. Cock.
You knew by the fourth segment, we're like, all right, now we can't be this
can't,
angry this
we
long.
can't.
Thank God I love you, Fred. Go on.
Listen, if this is what they do, then you have to, I say to myself, okay, look, you're spewing this shit about Charlie Kirk, which is not true, because every time you've told me it, I went and looked.
But they're critical thinkers. Obviously, they did exactly what you did. Nope, they said, good, hey, yeah, right.
Yeah, he's against
And then
it.
they're like, I can't wait to spout this out to someone else.
Stephen King.
I heard, what did he do? I've heard he's nuts.
He went
I know,
out
but
and he said that he was for the stoning of black women. Which I said, all right, I understand.
let me tell
At
you.
least Michelle Obama's safe.
To quote my good friend Matt, frontal lobe not developed. They have no impulse control. I don't see how a stone's gonna. Anyway, go on. What?
Anyway, so he said, and I look, and I'm like, what? And then they sent him the thing, and he went, I apologize. I shouldn't have said that. You're spewing.
Why did he say that?
Because this is what they do. They get a talking point, and they say, oh, I'm still part of this movement. I don't care that the man was murdered. I'm going to try and legitimize it, and I'll just spew bullshit that I heard somewhere. Yeah. And all you have to, so when I see it, and I say to myself, it took me a minute to look at the exact video, and you either did it, and you're a lying piece of shit, liberal cunt, or you love that word.
Oh, that felt so good.
Or
that felt so good.
Or you're
Suck it to me.
You're so stupid
Yep.
that I will not acknowledge your existence anymore.
Yeah.
Because your stupidity, it used to be you were stupid and you were around and you were in the basement and it was okay. You're the stupid guy. Now you're stupid in front of 1 million people. Now you're stupid and teaching children. Now your stupidity is getting people killed and hurt. And you got to be stopped.
And do you understand, I can't understand why Stephen King, we know he's nuts, but you look at these, like the thing I always say about comics is the really good comics, like we've lived a life. We've lived it. We've been in it. We've talked about stuff. That's why we're good at critical thinking. That's why we're good at taking something, wrapping our brain around it, and spitting it out the other side in a story that hopefully is funny. Actors have done nothing but do as they're told.
Right.
They're empty vessels. Look no further than people like Robert De Niro. Oh, Mark Ruffalo. These are people that
Don Lemon.
Oh, please, they're so good at regurgitating the words they're told and doing it with passion, and that's how stupid they become. They think that people that can think on their own are going to be like, we should listen to this guy because he's really pretty and he was Iron Man.
Right.
Stop it. And by the way, make Iron Man, make Captain America. Oh, we got to make him black to balance everything out. No, you don't. No, you don't. It's bad enough you made Captain Marvel a girl, which I have no problem with. Soundtrack's great. Little garbage, little hole.
Listen, Don Lemon has been all over social media.
He's a piece of shit.
Oh, my goodness. This man is the lowest this race has ever produced.
He's a little yellow. He's high yellow,
I don't
half
know
yellow,
what he is, but I
quadroon,
can tell you,
octoroon.
he's garbage. And all he does is he's taking to the streets now with a mic and a cameraman and he's going, hey, what do you think about Charlie Kirk? And when he meets somebody, he goes, it was horrendous. Don't you think he did it to himself? Did
he say that?
Oh, he's doing it all over. He's saying you cannot spread hate.
Did you see the guy that got fired for that from MSNBC?
A lot of people got fired.
And did you see
Yes.
I know when the guy goes, well, we don't know if this guy has to get fired. We don't know if it was a guy celebrating and accidentally shot him. Fire that man. Find that man's family and say, are you all as retarded as this guy?
Right.
Because if you are, we can chemically castrate you. Go on.
And this is why I'm saying, when I see these people on Facebook and they're attacking me like amazing amount, I've never gotten attacked like this before, even when I said I was your friend. So now they're just attacking me and saying,
sorry,
all of these lies. If you think they're normal,
Right.
everyday person who has a job, who's raising a family, will come out publicly and say that Charlie Kirk brought it upon himself. He was a hate monger and he deserved to die.
They're instantly stupid.
Imagine what they think about you, who says opposite. They think the same.
Yeah.
So your neighbor, your teacher, your banker, your candlestick maker.
Yeah. I have one of those. I don't have a banker. I have
No.
a candlestick maker.
I have one
I
in-
can't afford electric, so I need candles.
Well, I have one in Amish country. He's gay.
Lancaster? You wanna do with
You
Lancaster?
should see the candles he makes. Anyway,
Those aren't
they
candles.
have.
And that's not a wick.
They think the same about you. They're dangerous. I would not feel safe sending my child to school who is obviously a nonviolent believer in Jesus Christ.
Right.
And have this teacher look at him and saying, he deserves to die. Because that's what they believe. They believe Charlie Kirk deserved to die.
Yeah.
So if I think that Charlie Kirk is God's gift, they must hate me just as much. And they are dangerous to be around. They're dangerous to employ. They're dangerous to teach your kids. These are a dangerous bunch of people that must be identified. Thank God they're so stupid they identify themselves.
Yeah. Oh, and then they're shocked when they get called up. By the way, also, the people in so many people in politics are the same way. Because another thing that, of course, the main thing that was going on that day was the trial of that guy who stabbed that Ukrainian chick in North Carolina. Right. And AOC, when we had it here, when that Penny guy choked out that piece of shit who I checked, he's still dead. Thank God. When George Floyd, if you ever look side by side, the shooting of George Floyd, the suicide of George Floyd versus the murder of Charlie Kirk, and when Nancy Pelosi knelt down like her husband was doing at the same time,
Hey now!
sucking some kid off,
Hey!
a dude, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, YouTube Terms of Service. We've only got 328 subscribers here anyway, but I'm telling you, these are the people. They canonized Floyd, who it was the second. They canonized Floyd and they fucked themselves because that's why they let Waltz take the VP thing. Because let me tell you,
he was a sissy boy.
Yeah, because oh my God, he assisted in the fall of Minneapolis. Watch that on Rumble. And they didn't give it to Shapiro because you know why? Because people don't like Jews. No, left. You don't trust Jews.
The left.
We love them.
The left is the most anti-Semitic group of people since Nazi Germany.
Since our family reunion.
Since our family. Anyway, let me tell you to close this out. You had to say it. You had to go.
You gotta give me one.
Yeah. I'm not making it up that they would go after you and kill you because it's just, we just lived through it. We just lived through the powers that be saying he didn't get an experimental shot. Do not let his kids go to school.
Yep.
He didn't get a shot. Do not let him shop for food.
A year later, no one was forced into anything.
No one was.
You
do
get
not
these.
let him leave the house.
They had people working remotely that they still said you have to get a vaccine, and they did.
And they did. They said to
stop
people,
paying your credit card debt. They were all complicit in it. Just stop. It's unsecured. They can't do anything. Don't worry about your credit score. Stop paying it.
They told people you cannot come and have surgery at our hospital because you're not vaccinated. Even though everyone who was going to surgically do you was vaccinated. So it's not, I'm not giving you my opinion that they would do it. They did do it.
And the other thing, what is it called? The rat and the pig and the snake is so many people over those 1, 2, 3 years didn't go and get medical treatment, but they didn't get preventative treatment. So that's why cancer rates are going to go up because people didn't go when it could have been prevented because they weren't allowed to go to the hospital.
You know who was allowed for the only elective surgery in a group?
Don't say trans.
Trans.
I hate you. I hate you.
Trans penis cuttings.
It's not a surgery.
It will be.
You know they read
in about 10 minutes.
You know who patented it? Dr. Cock and Balls. He patented it. I can't even say
the
patented.
children's book, Cock and Balls. Listen, Charlie Kirk will live with us forever.
Yes.
We will never get over this. You've been exposed. We now know the dangers around us. Please teach your children the truth. There's a book, it's called the Bible, and Jesus says he is the truth. Please teach your children and make them watch the Charlie Kirk videos.
And that's what I'm talking about. Make them watch that.
Yeah.